Has he got it? I think he dropped. No, he's got it. There we go, fish on. Oh, that's a nice one, guys. Oh, nice one, guys. Real nice one.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Dan, right back at you again with another episode of 302 Fishing. Welcome back to the channel here. Hey, I was super excited to get something in the mail here a couple days ago, and once I ripped it out of the mailbox, I got out on a body of water, or bodies of water that day to try to see how this new bait would react in our Delaware waters. But before we get into that, guys, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell to be informed of all of our future episodes. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Of course, drop a comment below. Let us know what you think about it. Follow us on Instagram at 302 Fishing. So let's get into this. What did we get in the mailbox? You know I'm a huge proponent for Googan baits, guys. They just put fish on the end of the line. I don't care what anybody says. They're the haters that are out there. I dismiss them because I know what these baits can do, and I'm going to keep gravitating towards them if they get new baits out there in their product lines, because I want to test them out. So we got in the mail the Googan Baits Blazin Worm. That's what we got right there, and I was wanting to see how the fish would gravitate towards this bait. Again, it looks like a normal worm that you would see here, but actually it has a dual function. It performs just like your average worm does, you know, just jigs on the bottom where you can skip it across the bottom right there. But if you can look, it doesn't have a normal curly tail like some of these speed worms that are out there. It actually has like almost like a J hook type deal right there. This bait, you can fish top water, guys. So if you fish it Texas rig, you can actually skim this across the top of the water, and that tail will spin around just like, you know, your ribbit frogs, the paddle tails go on and creates all that commotion. This does the same exact thing right here. Hopefully that commotion will create a gigantic blow up and these fish will smash up on as a bait. The other modification that they have on here right now, normally when you get all your worms, it always looks like an actual earthworm where it's got the ringlets and it's got the little fat body. However, on this one right here, it has a crosshatch pattern. So when these fish, you know, they got teeth that are in their palates right there. When they grab onto it, it fits in these little grooves, and it'll allow the fish to hang on to that bait a little bit longer. Obviously with the sauce on there too, it'll keep that grip going on so you can pull that fish in a little bit faster and hopefully show a big old fat green bean bag up in front of you. But two ways, like I said, you can fish it. Weightless, as I mentioned to you, top water you can do, or you can add a 1/8 of an ounce or a 1/4 of an ounce of a weight, and you can fish this thing fast and steady. You know, just hop it on the bottom, or if you want to swim it right in the water column, again, that tail will create all kinds of crazy commotion because, again, that patented double flange tail here, it creates an intense commotion or vibration while it's swimming, and that should agitate those bass and have them gravitate and grab up on this plastic. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's check out to see how this product did in this day. Again, we went to 2 ponds throughout this episode.
Let's get to work with the Blazin Worm here. Guess we got a couple fishermen here. Got one all the way down on the end right here, and it looks like we got another one pulling off to my right hand side. And, getting his gear out of the car, I think. We'll see in a moment. He's playing that pipe because over by that pipe, lots and lots of minnows sit right there, because again, that's a natural flow to somewhere. There's a fish right there as I'm talking. Bluegill pecking at me, but they like to congregate around that pipe right there because there's a lot of rocks sitting there. But those bass ambush that bait late in the spring, summertime. Oh, there's a fish right there. Fish on, fish on. Bluegill. Let's see if we got it. It's a bluegill. Oh, wait a minute. That got snapped right in half, guys. That's a turtle. Oh, that's a fish, guys. That's a fish. That's a fish. There you go. Good deal. Picked it up on the drop. Get about a pound. He's filling up though, man. Check his belly out. fish didn't waste no time getting that bait in its mouth. There you go. And she's gone. But let's work down the shoreline over to my left. Again, we personally know the owner here. That's why we are on this side of the pond. Known her for well over 10 years along with her husband. Very nice people. Once this guy's gone off to my right hand side, I'll guarantee you these fish are going to destroy this blazing worm right off that pipe. So we got a little bit of a lull right here after those few little hits we had right off the bat there. You remember on my last episode where I mentioned that I was having issues with my Corrado DC here, and I thought it was some mechanical issues. Well, come to find out, guys, it was actually a operator error. So if you can look right here, here's the silver part right here, but just below this round lip right here, there's the green part of the spool that holds the line right there. I didn't have my glasses on me, so I couldn't really see how much line I was putting onto the spool, and I must have went right over that spool there. However, if you do something like that, guys, it's not going to make your rod operate very properly, because if you over spool, it's going to bump on the bars that are below here, and that's what was happening, because I was trying to cast and it wouldn't go any more than maybe a foot, and it wouldn't reel right. So once I stripped some of this line off, we're back in order again, guys. So fortunately I have to go spending a whole bunch of money. I just figured it out on my own real quick. But let's get that back out there again. You can see how far it casts now. But I couldn't even cast from here to maybe that, whatever that thing is floating in the water right there. Look at that, guys. I just spooked the fish off right here in front of me. He was right in my face. I was asleep on that one, guys. He whacked that thing pretty good. Them little ones, man, move pretty quick. He got the tail too. Worms no good when they got the tail. I'm down to my last nightclub here. I do have some green pumpkin that are inside of the car there, so we'll go ahead and replace that color when we get to it. During the summer, this is a very good pond to put the whopper plopper on. I might sneak onto a pond here that's in this development, guys. Unfortunately, this one right here I got no problem having access to, but there are two other ponds that are in this development right here, and I have been going to these ponds for at least 10 years. And with life and things going on, people buy property and they build homes. So the one spot you guys always see me on all the time, that famous frogging spot that I go to all the time, it's pretty much done history. But we do have one corner of that pond that I can get into that I can still get some decent fish off of and everything, but we don't have the main access that you usually get to when we go to that little trail to get to the pond. So I might have to talk to the owner and see if I can get past his yard and fish there. Sometimes owners are nice, sometimes not. Fish on, fish on. There you go. Stuck them. Little dink dink. I had to let him work with it for a little bit. Little tiny guy. So gone. Oh. Fish on, guys. There you go. Nice. All right, that's a good one, guys. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. Say about 1.5 pounds, guys, on that one. They're just picking it up and running with it. Pound. Good hook set. Man, he is super aggressive. I just shook it right out, guys. There's no hook in there right now. But there you go. She's gone. All right, we're gonna have to retie. I caught a few fish and I can feel frays right about to that point right there, guys. So we gotta cut off and put a fresh new line here on there. So give me a couple seconds to do that. Hey, you don't mind if I get over there, right? I'll rip that 6-pounder out for you. Hold on. I wonder what they put in here to make the water that color. Is it killed down to algae, I guess?
Yeah, right.
That's what I think it is.
I saw my bait and then I felt the tug in the flash.
It literally looks like that plane's just floating up there. Woo! That wind is crazy today, guys. Oh, fish on, fish on. There you go. That's a good one, guys. There you go. All right. Having some fun with this blazing worm, guys. There you go. There you go. Man, they are all over those rocks, man. There's a nice one, Cody. Good job. All right, we're gonna switch over to green pumpkin. Cody said he's been using all kinds of green pumpkin baits. So since he's been having all the luck, why don't we continue on with that luck with my line here. Hopefully we can get that big one he's talking about. But despite the windy day, we've been catching a lot of fish today, guys.
Yeah, good.
Gentleman across the way just caught one almost 3 pounds. I'm gonna throw a couple of my casts in this area right here, and then I'm gonna jump over to the pipe there because Cody has driven off. He's got to take care of his son, and we're gonna see if we can get a couple more fish here. Again, nothing of a great significant size. I think we had 1.5 pounds was the heaviest one so far, but it would be nice to rip one out of here before we boy, if I didn't get caught up in that stupid thing again, guys. I literally just changed my line right here and I got caught up on the whatever the heck is underneath there. Man, it's stuck on there pretty good. So I'm gonna tie this up. We're gonna fish here for a couple more minutes, and I'm gonna pop over to another pond that's in this development, and we're gonna try to see if we can land ourselves a giant here. The location I wanted to go to did not pan out. Again, the wind direction was just crazy, and it was super shallow over there, and I don't want to waste any time. So we're gonna come to another pond. It's super close to my house, and we're gonna fish roadside here because there's some rocks that I want to fish next to. We'll try to see if we can grab one more bite here. Hopefully we can get something bigger than what we've been catching today. Real chocolatey out here. Fish on. There you go. Oh, we missed him, guys. I had him. That was first cast. That was a decent sized fish too. Fish on, fish on. Has he got it? I think he dropped. No, he's got it. There we go, fish on. Oh, that's a nice one, guys. Oh, nice one, guys. Real nice one. Yes, after all day long fishing, and we get a donkey. We get a donkey, guys. Here we go. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. We got a monster, guys. Sweet, sweet, sweet. That was probably the one that hit me right there at the last spot I threw in. And we got to be careful because it's right on his gullet, guys, and we don't want him to swallow it. There we go. Yes. Success after catching dinks all day long. I'd say 3.5 pounds, and that fish is filled up, guys. Definitely not a 2.5 pounder, guys. I can tell you that right now. Two pounds, 10 ounces, guys. That's respectable. I'm gonna reweigh that one more time. It's gotta be a 3 pounder, guys. I told you, that's why you reweigh again, guys. 3 pounds even, because that is way bigger than a 2 pounder. But let's get this fish on the way. It's ready to go. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And she's gone. Bam. Persistence sure pays off. Now we got to go back to my car to get a fresh worm on there because I'm getting greedy. Fish on, guys, fish on. That's a nice one. Yes, another big one, guys. Another big one. Oh man, yes. There you go. Look how fat this one is, guys. Get the belly on that one. That was a straight pull. There was not even a slam on that one. I'll give it a 2 right there. We're gonna go ahead and give it a weight because of that big old gut right there, guys. That thing is full of minnows. But the pattern has been throughout the day, all of these fish have been out deep. Only a couple I caught close to the shore. Two pounds, 4 ounces. And that fish is all of it. That fish had attitude though when he got that worm in him. Let's get that fish going on into the water. Maybe we should have started here first, guys. She's gone.
I had an absolute blast fishing with this blazing worm right here. I mean, the fish literally gravitated towards it once we finally got that episode up and running. I am gonna give this a very good review, this bait. There's one small little drawback, I'll tell you about that in a second. However, I'm kind of impressed with this part right here. This was a very strong body right here. Most fishermen know, including the experienced ones, when you're fishing with worms, you're gonna always get that split right up the top right there after a couple fish, or even right in the hook part where it comes through and it kind of makes this thing all nasty and haggard and everything else, and maybe it gets through 2 fish. This one went well over 2 fish or more, and it just hung in there. The tail, guys, I love the action on it. It was absolute butter in that water, man. These fish were chasing all over it. However, if you're in a pond full of dinks or even bluegills, the only drawback is they're gonna pop that tail right off. But I didn't let that bother me, because I could have just said, oh, the tail's off, I'm not gonna use that worm anymore. Because what I noticed was when they nipped that off, they didn't get it all the way down to the base right there. They actually left, here's the base right here, that much of that part right there. So what I did is ripped at the base, and you literally have another worm right there still hooked up on the Texas rig. So basically it's a twofer you had right there. And you saw me catch a couple fish on that without that tail. So that was pretty cool. So if you ever get this worm and you get into that position, just throw it right back out there, guys. It will put fish on the end of the line. But I love the smell on it, guys. And again, the texture is pretty cool. Again, it is kind of unique rather than the normal view that you get of it. Again, it looks like an earthworm for most of the worms that are out there on the market and everything else like that. I wish I would have gone to the second pond made that the first pond and made the smaller one that I was on the first one the last one, because you notice what happened when we got on there, guys. 2 casts into that second pond, we got that big fat green beanbag, or what my dad wants me to call them, a lunker or a hog. And then that fat juicy one, almost 3 pounds right after the fact. But you notice when those big ones hit it, guys, they didn't go after that tail. They just engulfed and just swallowed that big old bait right on up. So you know, if I can get a 3 pound on her, you can get some giants on this bait, because that sauce, that secret sauce they have on there, man, just draws them in there, guys. So if you guys like this bait right here, again, drop down on the link below. If you like the episode, give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment as to what you think about this bait. If you haven't already subscribed, guys, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, share this video out. Hopefully, if you get out there with that blazing worm, you're going to catch your big fat green bean bags. And as always, guys, fish on.